The Spark engine doesn't do any time-consuming pre-processing on levels to get them into the game. In this video, we'll show you what it does do when you bring a level from the Spark editor into Natural Selection 2. The first step is partitioning the large mesh created in the editor into smaller parts. Level triangles are divided up among rectangular volumes of space that are 16 meters cubed. These smaller meshes are treated as atomic pieces when rendering. In this fly-through, the level geometry is color-coded to show the different meshes. Once the partitioning is completed, the smaller meshes, the lights, and the props placed in the level are inserted into an axis-aligned bounding box tree. An axis-aligned bounding box tree is a hierarchical way of organizing the scene and is related to a BSP, which you may have heard of from other engines. We use an axis-aligned bounding box tree because it can be constructed quickly and is efficient for handling dynamic objects. This is important because the game characters and other objects are stored in the scene and are handled in exactly the same way. The reason we store the scene in a hierarchical structure is to allow us to quickly determine what's visible when rendering a frame. To do this, we use an algorithm called coherent hierarchical culling, which uses the graphics hardware to determine if an object will be visible on the screen. This performs occlusion culling so that, for instance, objects on the other side of a wall won't need to be drawn. As we fly through the level and enable wireframe mode, you can see that the geometry on the far side of the walls is not drawn. In addition to not requiring any pre-processing, another reason we chose to use the coherent hierarchical culling algorithm instead of more traditional first-person shooter engine methods like potentially visible set or PVS is that the coherent hierarchical culling algorithm works for a much more broad range of environments, including outdoor environments as well as indoor environments. While Natural Selection 2 is set indoors, we wanted to make sure that the engine is well suited for anything that we do down the road or anything that modders dream up.